Alright, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks on Pete. Today we've got one case of 2025 Panini Stars and Stripes Baseball to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, BMC.collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks. And let you know we'll go live at eBay Live. Also, mention no purchase essay for link down in the description. Sure, why not? There. Alright. Box number one. Good luck, everybody. What do we do with the unsold spots? That's a good question. We have a local guy, Matt, who'll come in and give us like $5 for all the unsold spots, and then we don't have to deal with the headache of them. Quentin Young, 18/50. Dean Curley. Alex Harrington out of 199. Ben Jacobs, 11/25. Colton Smith. Colin Chrisman. Jack Woden. And Samir Muhammad. Nelson Colegio, 16/50. Jamie Arnold. Nathaniel Davis. Brady Murrieta. John Stowers. Camden Bowen out of 199. Junior Lopez and Tyson Moore out of 199. Parker Leoff, 12/50. Casey Cunningham. Ethan McIlvain. Brady Murrieta, 10/25. Hunter Watson. Connor Salerno out of 199. Josh Owens out of 199. And Noah Spalding. Jacob Dudon, 6/30. Out of 199, Henry Ford. Ethan Bingaman. Danny Dickinson, 1/25. Hunter Harrington. Daryl Carrion. Jacob Dudon, 62 of 199. And Rocco Maniscalco. Xavier Mitchell, 10/50. Gavin Gravak. Zion Rose. Danny Dickinson, 8/25. Nate Snead out of 199. Cooper Consiglio out of 199. Jared Grindlinger out of 199. And Rocco Maniscalco out of 199. Kaboom! Mark McGuire. Boom. Eli Willits. Nolan Schubert, 1/10. Colin Borthwick out of 199. Hunter Watson. Carson Fletcher out of 199. Jack Woda out of 199. And Tyson Moore. Yes, we are doing the Vivid break that was postponed from yesterday. That is happening at the top of the hour at noon EST. Malachi Witherspoon, gold, 3/10. Bobby Witt Jr. Slater DeBrun. Cooper Ramel, 425. Tucker Long at a 199. Camden Bowen. Jared Grindlinger. And Nixon Warren. Anthony Frausto III, 8 of 50. Dean Curley out of 199. Anthony Murphy. Dylan Wood. Jordan Martin. Gavin Marcus. Luke Esquivel. And Patrick Forbes. Hunter Harrington, 17 out of 50. Ethan Holiday. Reggie Crawford. Liam Peterson. Aiden Stillman out of 199. Andrew Jimenez. Graham Schlicht. And Alton Davis. Jumbo patch, 20 to 31. Box number 10, halfway point. Dylan Wood, 6 of 50. Daniel Savet. Slater DeBrun. Braden Harris, 6 of 21. Judson Dowell. Derek Smith. Jackson Hoyt out of 199. And Sammy Swink out of 199. Dylan Wood, 6 of 13. Merrick Houston out of 199. Quinn Young out of 199. Cooper Ramel. Steele Hall out of 199. Connor Salerno out of 199. Isaac Vidal and Will Brick, 410. Eric Segura, 11 of 50. Justin LeBron out of 199. Alex Sosa out of 199. Austin Bice. Steve Monster Millen, 22 out of 199. Colton Crispin. Josh Owens. And Noah Spalding, 7 of 10. Ethan Armbruster, 9 of 13. Gavin Fine out of 199. Or Fiend, excuse me. Alex Harrington. Carson Weisenhunt, 5 of 25. Matthew Matthias out of 199. Chase Cotton. Jeremiah Hall. And Xavier Mitchell. Box number 14. Gold out of 10, Brady Murrieta, 1 of 10. Eli Willits, Trent Grindlinger, Ben Abilette, 8 of 25. Julian Cazares, Dexter McClellan Jr., Jackson Hoyt, and Iridian LeFew. Box number 15, Jason Spray Jr., 9 of 50. Grady Emerson. Gabe Davis out of 199. Kyson Witherspoon, 28 of 50. Andrew Getty out of 199. Anthony Ianson out of 199. Griffin McCain And Andrew Breck. 27/31. Ethan Bass, 24/50. AJ Gracia, Jason DeCaro, Matt Scott, Aiden Stillman, Brennan Sieber, Griffin McCain, and Jared Grindlinger. Jumbo patch, 41/41. Box number 17. Ethan Armbruster, 13/50. Grady Emerson, Caitlin Culpepper, Kyson with a spoon, 9/10. Hidalgo Clavedo, out of 199. Anthony Ianson, out of 199. Griffin McCain, and Jeremiah Hall, 10/40. Nike swoosh. Alan Davis out of 50, or excuse me, out of 30. Kevin Roberts Jr. out of 199. Carson Bowman, Dominic Vogel, Josh Hammond, CJ Weinstein, Josh Owens, and Nico Partita. Box number 19, Dexter McClellan Jr., 22/50. Casey Cunningham out of 199. Alex Sosa out of 199. Ben Abilette, Lawson McLeod, Cooper Collins, Luis Rodriguez, and Nixon Warren. And final box of the break, box number 20. Good luck, everybody. After this, we will do a hit recap. Then we are on to 2025 Leaf Metal Football. Zion Rose, 450. Jaworski Lane Jr., Freddie Pamela. Eric Segura, 12/25. Jamal George out of 199. Carter Schuse, Jordan Cruz, and Parker Layoff. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being part of the breaks, as always. Go ahead and get a hit recap going here in just a second. For the hits, Danny Dickinson, Nate Snead, Cooper Casiglio, Jared Grindlinger, Rocco Maniscalco, Mark McGuire, Eli Willits, Nolan Schubert, Coleman Borthwick, Hunter Watson, Carson Fletcher, Jack Woda, Tyson Moore, Malachi Witherspoon, Bobby Witt Jr., Senator DeBruyne, Cooper Ramel, Tucker Long, Camden Bowen, Jared Grindlinger, Nixon Warren, Anthony Frausto, Dean Curley, Anthony Murphy, Dylan Wood, Jordan Martin, Gavin Marcus, Zion Rose, Eric Segura, Luke Esquivel, Patrick Forbes, Hunter Harrington, Ethan Holiday, Reggie Crawford, Liam Peterson, Aiden Stillman, Andrew Jimenez, Graham Schlicht, Alan Davis, Dylan Wood, Dennis Yvette, Slater DeBruyne, Braden Harris, Justin Dow, Derek Smith, Quinn Young, Dean Curley, Alex Harrington, Ben Jacobs, Colton Smith, Colton Chrisman, Jack Woda, Samir Muhammad, Nelson Colegio, Jamie Arnold, Nathaniel Davis, and Brady Murrieta. John Stowers, Camden Bowen, Junior Lopez, Tyson Moore, Parker Layoff, Kason Cunningham, Ethan McIlvain, Brady Murrieta, Hunter Watson, Connor Salerno, Josh Owens, Noah Spalding, Jacob Dudon, Henry Ford, Ethan Bingaman, Danny Dickinson, Hunter Harrington, Darrell Carrion, Jacob Dudon, Rocco Maniscalco, Xavier Mitchell, Gavin Gravlock, Zion Rose, Jackson Hoyt, Sammy Swank, Dylan Wood, Connor Salerno, Isaac Vidal, Will Brick, Merrick Houston, Quinn Young, Cooper Ramel, Steele Hall, Eric Segura, Justin LeBron, Alex Sosa, Austin Weiss, and Steve Milam. Connor Chrisman, Josh Owens, Noah Spalding, Ethan Armbruster, Gavin Fiend, Alex Harrington, Carson Wise and Hunt, Matthew Matthias, Chase Cotton, Jamal George, Carter Schuse, Jordan Cruz, Jaworski Lane Jr., Brody Bamella, Luis Rodriguez, Nixon Warren, Griffin McCain, Andrew Breck, Ethan Bass, AJ Gracia, Jason DeCaro, Matt Scott, Aiden Stillman, Brendan Sieber, Griffin McCain, Jared Grindlinger, Ethan Armbruster, Grady Emerson, Caitlin Culpepper, Kyson Witherspoon, Yadolkas Jovedo. Anthony Ianson, Griffin McCain, Jeremiah Hall, Alan Davis, Kevin Roberts Jr., Carson Bowman, Dominic Vogel, Josh Hammond, CJ Weinstein, Josh Owens, Nico Partita, Casey Cunningham, Alex Sosa, Ben Abilette, Lawson McLeod, and Cooper Collins. Jeremiah Hall, Xavier Mitchell, Brady Murrieta, Eli Willits, Trent Grindlinger, Ben Abilette, Julian Cazares, Dexter McClellan Jr., Jackson Hoyt, Meridian LeFew, Jason Spray Jr., Grady Emerson, Gabe Davis, Kyson Witherspoon, Andrew Getty, Anthony Ianson, and Parker Leoff. Alright, that is it for Stars and Stripes. We are on to 2025 Leaf Metal Football here in just a second. Going to get that started and good to go momentarily. Catch you guys back here in a second. All right, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B. Today we've got one case of 2025 Leaf Metal Football Hobby to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, bmc.collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks. And let you know we'll go live and eBay Live. Also mention no further essays, link down in the description. Yes, sir, it is. It is breaking at 12 o'clock EST, so in about 35 minutes, give or take. Box number one. Malachi Ziegler out of 149. Patrick Mahomes out of 49. Robert Lewis, 2/5. Ryan Rakowski, 7/7. Luke Cromanoke, 5/15. CJ Tiller, 4/5. And George McIntyre, 9/12. Caden Dixon Wyatt out of 149. Andrew Armstrong out of 149. Garrett Green, 1/5. Nick Nash, 4/4. Tyler Tracy Jr., 4/10. Chad Ochocinco, 1/1. And Gunnar Stockton, 1/3. DJ Uigalele and Tyron Tracy Jr. out of 149. Noah Fafita, 4/15. Haas Haney, 8/12. Kyle Managi, pretty play 1/1. Jackson Arnold, 10/12. And Thomas Castellanos, Trevor Jackson, 4/25. Dual auto. That'll be going to random.org at the end of the break, so stay tuned for that if you have either of those guys. I'm sure I'll probably have one or two more of those. Box number 4. Dylan Gabriel out of 149. Harlan Berry out of 49. Justice Haynes, 11/15. Jerry Hill, 1/1. Jake Brenning-Stool, 3/4. Graham Mertz, 8/15. And 1/1. Sam Levitt. That's a beautiful little color match. Colin Lacey, 3/7. Marcel Reed, printing play 1/1. Michael Hawkins Jr., 9/10. Micah Hudson, 4/5. Marcus Harris, 5/5. Caden Robinson, 9/15. And Jeremiah Love, 20/25. Nice. Tommy Walker, 48/49. Xavier Thomas out of 149. Jalen Henderson, 7/8. Jordan Davison, 4/5. Urian Dickey, 3/5. Braylon Russell, 11/12. And DJ Lagway, 3/5. Antoine Hill Jr. out of 49. Luke McCaffrey out of 149. Colin Hurley, 2 of 5. Jalen Daniels, 1 of 3. Andrew Armstrong, 4 of 7. Ryan Montgomery, 5 of 5. And triple auto, Chris Carter, Randy Moss, and Justin Jefferson. 1 of 4. Boom. Peyton Manning, 2 of 7. Matt Zollers, out of 149. Gerard Pringle, 10 of 10. TJ Lateef, 14 of 15. Caden Durham, 3 of 15. Roman Wilson, 7 of 15. And Deuce Knight, 3 of 25. Box number 9. Marshall Falk and James Simon out of 149. Rashad Amos, 1 of 1. Jordan Tyson, 1 of 1. Austin Simmons, 5 of 10. Daniel Jackson, 2 of 10. And Nicholas Singleton, draft bound printing plate. Box number 10. Jerome Bettis and Daquan Finn out of 149. Elijah Olkey, 7 of 8. Helaman Kasuga, 3 of 3. Maybe Matt Tower, 3 of 3. Blake Corum, 2 of 7. And Tyrone McMillan, 4 of 5. Miller Moss, out of 49. Kyron Drones, 1 of 10. Camden Edge, or Cameron Edge, 8 of 8. CJ Daniels, 15 of 15. Tate Reynolds, 3 of 10. Daquan Finn, 3 of 15. And Bryce Underwood, 3 of 10. And final box of the break, box number 12. Good luck, everybody. Tyrone McMillan, out of 49. Elijah Haven, out of 149. Penny Boone, 6 of 10. Johnny Football, 4 of 10. Phil Maffa, 1 of 5. And Dylan Sampson, 2 of 3. And Avery Johnson, 17 of 25. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being part of the break, as always. Go ahead and get a hit recap going real quick, then we'll take care of the randoms. For the hits, Malachi Ziegler, Patrick Mahomes, Robert Lewis, Ryan Rokowski, Luke Cromanoke, CJ Tiller, George McIntyre, Caden Dixon Wyatt, Andrew Armstrong, Garrett Green, Nick Nash, Tyron Tracy Jr., Chad Johnson, Gunnar Stockton, DJ Uigalele, Tyron Tracy Jr., Noah Fafita, Hoss Haney, Kyle Managi, Jackson Arnold, Dylan Gabriel, Harlan Berry, Justice Haynes, Jerry Hill, Jake Burning-Stool, Graham Mertz, Sam Levitt, Colin Lacey, Marcel Reed, Michael Hawkins Jr., Micah Hudson, Marcus Harris, Kaden Robinson, Jeremiah Love, Tommy Walker, Savion Thomas, Jalen Henderson, Jordan Davison, Urian Dickey, Braylon Russell, DJ Lagway, Antoine Hill Jr., Luke McCaffrey, Colin Hurley, Jalen Daniels, Andrew Armstrong, Ryan Montgomery, Peyton Manning, Matt Zollers, Gerard Pringle, TJ Lateef, Caden Durham, Roman Wilson, Deuce Knight, Marshall Falk, James Simon, Rashad Amos, Jordan Tyson, Austin Simmons, Daniel Jackson, Nicholas Singleton, Jerome Bettis, Daquan Finn, Elijah Olkey, Helena Kasuga, maybe Matt Tower, Blake Corum, Tetaro McMillan, Miller Moss, Kyron Jones, Cameron Edge, CJ Daniels, Tate Reynolds, Daquan Finn, Bryce Underwood, Tetaro McMillan, Elijah Haven, Penny Boone, Johnny Manziel, Phil Maffa, Dylan Sampson, and Avery Johnson. And headed to random.org, we've got a dual auto of Thomas Castellanos and Trevor Jackson, and triple auto of Chris Carter, Randy Moss, and Justin Jefferson. Alright, that's it for football for today. We are on to 2025 Leaf Metal Sports Heroes Multisport here in a few minutes. Going to get that set up and good to go. As soon as we take care of the randoms. To random.org we go. Alright, we've got random.org pulled up and good to go. Got to roll some dice. Got to throw high to the odd for us. Got to go 4 times on each random, starting off with the dual auto of Thomas Castellanos and Trevor Jackson. That is 3 times. Final roll. Trevor Jackson coming out on top. Congratulations. And next up is the triple auto of Chris Carter, Randy Moss, and Justin Jefferson. That is 3 times. Final roll. Randy Moss coming out up on top. Congratulations. All right, we are on to 2025 Leaf Metal Sports Heroes here in just a second. Then we will take care of Vivid Baseball at the top of the hour. Get you guys back here in a minute. Alright, welcome in everybody to the BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B. Today we got one case of 2025 Elite Multisports Heroes Multisport to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, bmc.collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks, and let you know we'll go live at eBay Live. Also, mention no purchase necessary for link down in the description. Tom is 100% correct. We are on Sports Heroes now. Then we will take care of Vivid Baseball in a few minutes once this is knocked out. And Stars and Stripes did happen at the very beginning of the stream today. That was the first break on the docket. Box number one. Good luck, everybody. Sam Perkins, 6 of 6. Magic Johnson, 13 of 35. And Dennis Rodman, on card inscribed, 81 of 100. Tony Oliva, 13 of 15. Adrian Beltre, 9 of 15. And Lennox Lewis, 6 of 6. Joe Theismann, 32 of 35. Brett Favre, 5 of 6. And Felix Hernandez, on card inscribed, 26 of 100. Hines Ward, 12 of 15. Edgerrin James, 1 of 4. And Ronaldo Nazario, Rod Hullet, and Andrei Shevchenko, 6 of 7, triple auto. Boom. That'll be headed to random.org at the end of the break. Stay tuned for that if you have either of those three guys, and I'm sure we'll have more to add to that stack. Alonzo Mourning, 5 of 5. Mike Tyson, 11 of 25. And Sean Kemp, on card inscribed, 60 out of 100. Box number 6. Eddie Van Slyke, 2 of 2. Roger Clemens, 8 of 10. And Doug Flutie, on card inscribed, 74 out of 100. Joe Dumars, 5 of 6. Shavkat Rachmanov, 12 of 15. And Carlos Alcaraz, 2 of 4. George McIntyre, 26 of 30. Wade Boggs, 21 of 35. And Bo Jackson, 4 of 4. Box number 9. Phil Foden, 1 of 1. Jerry West, 1 of 1. And Dave Stewart, on card inscribed, 44 of 100. Thurman Thomas, 1/25. Kevin Nagandi, 34/100 on card inscribed. And Steph Curry, 20/30. Boom. Jim Palmer, 7/9. Pete Weber, 30/30. And Bob Cousy, on card inscribed, 71/100. Kevin Holland, 2/5. Steve Nash, 23/35. And Frank Thomas, on card inscribed, 83/100. Box number 13. John Gibbons, 30/30. Nico Iamaliva, 1/5. Katie Ledecky, 1/3. Sammy Sosa, 2/8. Shaquille O'Neal, 1/4. Dual auto, Bill Parcells and Tom Coughlin, 10/10. And finally, box number 15. Good luck, everybody. Ozzie Smith, 3/4. Nick Dunlap, 25/35. And franchise for Pete Rose, Barry Larkin, Tony Perez, and Paul O'Neill. Quad auto, 6/7. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being part of the break as always. Gonna go ahead and get a hit recap going real quick, then we'll take care of the randoms. If you're waiting on Leaf of a Baseball, that is coming up immediately after we finish the random. We'll just go jump straight into it. For the hits, Dennis Rodman, Adrian Beltre, Brett Favre, Felix Hernandez, Hines Ward, Edgar James, Alonzo Mourning, Andy Van Slyke, Doug Flutie, Carlos Alcaraz, George McIntyre, Bo Jackson, Dave Stewart, Bob Cousy, and Frank Thomas. Magic Johnson, Lennox Lewis, Joe Theismann, Mike Tyson, Joe Dumars, Phil Foden, Jerry West, Kevin Nagandi, Jim Palmer, Pete Weber, Kevin Holland, John Gibbons, Nico Iamaliava, Katie Ledecky, Ozzie Smith, and Nick Dunlap. Sam Perkins, Tony Oliva, Sean Kemp, Roger Clemens, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Wade Boggs, Thurman Thomas, Steph Curry, Steve Nash, Sammy Sosa, and Shaquille O'Neal. And headed to random.org. Dual auto of Bill Parcells and Tom Coughlin. Triple auto of Ronaldo Nazario, Rod Hullet, and Andrei Shevchenko. And quad auto, Pete Rose, Barry Larkin, Tony Perez, and Paul O'Neill. All right, that is it for multisport. Thank you guys again for spending part of your Thursday here with us. I'm going to go to random.org real quick and knock these out. Then we're on to Vivid. Alright, we've got random.org pulled up and good to go. Gotta roll some dice. Gotta be 3 or higher to be valid for us. Gonna go 3 times on each random. Short, sweet, and to the point. Fill for ourselves and Tom Coughlin up first. Dual auto. Bottom row. Tom Coughlin coming out on top. Ronaldo Nazario, Rod Hullet, and Andrei Shevchenko. Bottom row. Ronaldo Nazario coming out on top. And finally, Pete Roseberry, Larkin, Tony Perez, and Paul O'Neill. Bottom row. Paul O'Neill staying on top. Congratulations. Alright, that is it for Multisport. We're on to 2024 Leaf Vivid Baseball here in just a second. Gonna get that set up and good to go. Alright, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B. Today we've got one case of 2024 Leaf Vivid Baseball to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, bmc.collectibles, and save as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks. And let you know we go live and eBay Live. I was going to mention no purchase necessary for link down in the description. Alright. We are good to go. Apologies for the delay, everybody, but thank you for bearing with us while we got this done. Now then, let's make good start. Let's make up for the delay with the best case we've ever seen. How about that? Box number 1. Good luck, everybody. Samuel Basayo, 2 of 5. Nolan Souza, 7 of 8. Wellington Hededa, 5 of 6. Caleb Durbin, 3 of 4. Ethan Anderson, 7 of 10. Carter Johnson, 1 of 3. And Samuel Basayo, 6 of 9. Eduardo Tate, 1 of 3. Mark Grace, 6 of 10. Jared Thomas, 3 of 5. Kyle DeBarge, 1 of 4. Trent Carraway, 3 of 9. Malcolm Moore, 3 of 4. And James Wood, 3 of 6. At least he's better than Jazz. Carter Johnson, 10 of 10. Kalen Culpepper, 3 of 6. Caleb Lomavita, 5 of 7. Gavin Gravok, 2 of 9. Jonah Tong, 6 of 7. Cam Caminiti, 1 of 2. And Hideki Matsui, illustrations, 8 of 10. Braden Taylor, 4 of 10. Jeff Bagwell, 5 of 10. David Matoma, 2 of 10. Hagen Smith, glowing review, 3 of 10. David Shields, 1 of 4. Brady House, glowing review, 5 of 10. And 1 of 1. Bert Bly11 and Jeff Reardon. Dual auto. That'll be going to random.org at the end of the break, so stay tuned for that if you have either of those guys. In the offense, you have both. Let me know. George Brett, 7 of 9. Thatcher Hurd, 1 of 6. Caden Dana, 1 of 6. Vaheva Aloy, 3 of 10. Carson Bench, 5 of 5. Jalen Flores, 6 of 10. And Roman Anthony, pop art, 1 of 10. Box number 6. Ichiro, 9 of 9. Brandon Montgomery, 9 of 9. Gary Sheffield, 7 of 8. Santiago Suarez, 5 of 6. Rhett Lauder, 1 of 10. Tyler Bremner, 10 of 10. And 1 of 1. Triple auto, Sebastian Walcott, Malcolm Moore, and Dylan Dreiling. Box number 7. Rentaro Sasaki, 4 of 8. Our Pujols, 1 of 1. Chris Cortez, 1 of 6. Alfredo Stania, 6 of 9. Eric Bertoni, 4 of 10. Braylon Dowdy, 1 of 3. And Felton Celestine, 2 of 4. Box number 8. Jose Canseco, 7 of 7. Mariano Rivera, 5 of 9. Kobe Mayo, 1 of 4. Chase Burns, 5 of 8. Brady Ebel, 6 of 10. Joseph Lugo, 5 of 9. And Matt Shaw, 1 of 2. Box of 9. Will Gasparino, 9 of 9. Trey Phelps, 7 of 10. Ava Arquette, 2 of 4. AJ Gracia, 4 of 7. Brody Brett, 7 of 8. Drake Baldwin, 2 of 3. And triple auto, Kobe Mayo, Griffo Farrell, and Samuel Basayo, 5 of 5. And final box of the break, box number 10. Good luck, everybody. Gavin Gravak, 3 of 9. Walker Yanek, 4 of 6. Ben Hess, 2 of 4. Roderick Arias, 10 of 10. Braylon Payne, 6 of 10. Logan Evans, 9 of 10. And Emmanuel Rodriguez, 2 of 7. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being part of the break, as always, and for your patience in getting us here. For the hits, Samuel Basayo, Nolan Souza, Walton Hededa, Caleb Durbin, Ethan Anderson, Carter Johnson, Samuel Basayo, Eduardo Tate, Mark Grace, Jared Thomas, Kyle DeBarge, Trent Carraway, Malcolm Moore, James Wood, Carter Johnson, Kalen Culpepper, Caleb Lomavita, Gavin Gravach, Jonah Tong, Cam Caminiti, Hideki Matsui, Braden Taylor, Jeff Bagwell, David Matoma, Hagen Smith, David Shields, Brady House, George Brett, Dr. Hurd, Caden Dana, Vaheba Aloy, Carson Bench, Jalen Flores, Roman Anthony, Ichiro, Brady Montgomery, Gary Sheffield, Santiago Suarez, Rhett Lauder, Tyler Bremner, Ritaro Sasaki, Albert Pujols, Chris Cortez, Alfredo Sena, Eric Petoni, Braylon Dowdy, Belvin Celestine, Jose Canseco, Mariano Rivera, Kobe Mayo, Chase Burns, Brady Evil, Joseph Lugo, Matt Shaw, Will Gasparino, Trey Phelps, Ava Arquette, AJ Gracia, Brody Brecht, Drake Baldwin, Gavin Gravach, Walker Yanek, Ben Hess, Roderick Arias, Braylon Payne, Logan Evans, and Emmanuel Rodriguez. And headed to random.org. This is the one from yesterday. Burt Blylevin and Jeff Reardon, dual auto 1 of 1. Kobe Mayo, Griff O'Farrell, and Samuel Basayo. And Sebastian Walcott, Malcolm Moore, and Dylan Dreiling, 1 of 1 triple auto. Alright, that is it for Vivid. We are on to absolutely nothing. That is it for us today. We're going to head to random.org real quick and knock this out. So I'll be back in a few seconds with random.org. Alright, we've got random.org pulled up and good to go. Gotta roll some dice. Give it to your high to be valid for us. Nope, not gonna work. That'll work. 3 plus 2 is 5. Start off with Burt Blylevin and Jeff Reardon, 1 of 1. That is 4 times. Final roll. Jeff Reardon staying on top. Congratulations. Next up is the triple auto. Kobe Mayo, Griff O'Farrell, and Samuel Basayo. That is 4 times. Final roll. Griff O'Farrell coming out on top. And finally, 1 of 1 triple auto. Sebastian Walcott, Malcolm Moore, and Dylan Dreiling. That is 4 times. Final roll. Sebastian Walcott coming out on top. Congratulations. All right, that is it for us for today. Thank you guys again. This has been BMC Collectibles Breaks. Look forward to having y'all back in here sometime soon. And have a great rest of your Thursday.